thank you to everyone for joining us. We are here today with Melissa Rock from Advocates for Children and Youth. This is going to be a really great conversation focused a lot on early childhood education, which is so critical for our kids. So, Melissa, first question. Tell us a little bit about yourself and Advocates for Children and Youth.
Advocates for Children and Youth is a statewide nonprofit advocacy organization that focuses on early childhood, child welfare, education, youth justice, and family self-sufficiency. Our mission is to improve the lives and experiences of Maryland's children and youth by advancing policies and programs that tackle disparities and close equity gaps. Public education is really supposed to be the great equalizer, but without equity in education, like so many other social determinants, your zip code ends up playing far too significant a role in determining outcomes. We need educational equity to close the racial disparities in educational outcomes across Maryland.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And I think that really helped our audience learn more about Advocates for Children and Youth. So my second question is, how would the Blueprint for Maryland's future, should our legislators override the veto, impact those that you serve and Advocates for Children and Youth?
So really, all the aspects of the bill are so important, but I think why working with three policy director, I'm most focused on the early childhood provision. 85% of the person's brain development happens in their first 15 years of life. So it's a crucial developmental period when they need to be safe and have secure attachment experiences so that anything that's happening externally doesn't disrupt that brain development. Strong attachment to even just one caretaker can buffer the impact that toxic stress can have on young children who are living in poverty. So for me, the expansion of Judy Centers is an exceptional way to make sure that we're getting families connected with schools early, have those connections to their neighborhood school be positive, and connect families to resources that they might not even know exist. I'm also really excited about the pre-K expansion. Pre-K is especially important for vulnerable children and families that have fewer resources. So having pre-K, high quality pre-K at no cost to families is essential if we're gonna eliminate these disparities in education.
Awesome. That's a fantastic answer. And I think that really highlights how important the Blueprint for Maryland's future is for our youngest learners and our families. So my last question then is, do you have a message for our lawmakers as they return to the legislative session?
It's more important than ever for lawmakers to override the Blueprint veto. We all know that this pandemic is going to have negative impacts on Maryland's economy, and it's critical that in spite of any potential revenue loss to the state, that we fully fund our schools, especially the supportive services that schools provide, which families need now more than ever. The Blueprint helps ensure that schools are fully funded, so overriding the veto is essential.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time to answer our 3 questions in 3 minutes today, Melissa. I'm sure our audience learned a lot about you, about Advocates for Children and Youth, and just really how critical the early childhood years are to make sure that students end up on the path that they need to end up on and deserve to end up on. So thank you so much for joining us, and I hope everyone continues to tune in to our 3-minute update series, and take care, everyone.